What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is going to be a brand new series on this channel that was requested by a lot of you, 3 people. To cut to the chase, what this series is going to be is I'm going to be ranking every single Star Wars wave starting in 1999, and then at the end of each video, I'm going to be placing that year in a tier list. These are just going to be my personal thoughts. It's not going to be objective. It's going to be super subjective. You guys can let me know and disagree with me in the comments all you want. As it is the first episode, we're starting in 1999, so let's just get into it. So here we are on the Brickset page for 1999. The way I'm going to be rating these waves is I'm going to be looking at the diversity of sets, the quality of the sets, the quality of the minifigures, and though it's not as important as the other 3 things, I'm also going to be taking into account exclusivity and how popular the sets are now post-retirement. So anyways, let's just kick it off. Right away, we have Lightsaber Duel, which is the Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn encounter. The thing I love about these old sets are those chrome hilts. I know they absolutely destroy the environment, but is climate change really a thing? No, I don't think so. Listen, big business trumps everything. I don't care if you damage some wildlife reserve. Just get me my chrome hilts. That's all I want. The build is not the best thing in the world. It's just kind of one of those hydration farming things. It's not that great, and the speeder is just not the best. The figs are great. I mean, what a way to start off your first wave of Lego Star Wars with, in my opinion, 2 of the most cool characters in Star Wars in general, Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn. It's stupid expensive now. I mean, $71 for 52 pieces. It's definitely driven by the minifigures. I mean, it's a cool set. I wouldn't, scoff at it, but I wouldn't say it's anything great. Moving on to Luke's Landspeeder. I mean, what would a Star Wars wave be without a Luke's Landspeeder? Surprisingly, the Landspeeder has less pieces than the Lightsaber Duel. Did also retail for $6, which would be about $10 today, which is a great price for a Luke's Landspeeder, although it is very small. It's a Luke's Landspeeder. It's nothing special. It actually looks really terrible. The figures, Obi-Wan and Luke, not the best figures, not the best set. Next up, we got the Droid Fighter. I believe this is the only time we got the Droid Fighter in brown. You know, if LEGO would revisit the Phantom Menace and create a new wave, I would love to see Droid Fighter on its own. I mean, we don't need any Droid minifigs with it. I would just like to see a Droid Fighter like they did this time. I think that was actually really smart. It keeps the cost down. I mean, it's just it seems like a good army builder, doesn't it? I would love to have ships that are, not minifigure scale, but are cheap, and I could buy that for $10. I could buy 3 of them for $30, and I have already starting a fleet. LEGO did cool things back in the day, and I wish they would do stuff like this now, but they hate us. They hate us. Anyways, just looking at the value of this set, used and new, pretty good. I mean, look at that. You can get that thing for $9. That's cheaper than it was pretty much retail. But yes, LEGO should do stuff like this again. I don't need minifigures in my Droid Fighter. The Droid Fighter is already a droid. Just give me a Droid Fighter and let me build an army. Naboo Swamp, I actually own this set in relative shambles. The Qui-Gon minifigure had the wrong hairpiece, but beyond that, this set is not the best thing in the world. The STAP things are not very well built. I mean, it's kind of cool. They give you a little base plate with it. And you get Qui-Gon with the chrome hilt, but Jar Jar's in it, so that's a yikes. Speeder bike. I actually also do own this set. Very old. The speeder bikes are not the best in the world. And the little side build, they did these little side builds with the base plates, which just weren't that great. I mean, it was basically just bricks placed on top of each other on a base plate, and they called that a tree. Snow Speeder, I think this might be one of the strongest sets of the wave, alongside Anakin's Pod Racer. These 2 honestly look the most modern out of everything. Obviously, the Snow Speeder doesn't quite have the angles, but I mean, you can see how popular it is because, I mean, $92 for it new. It's a pretty good set. It also comes with those OG Hoth figures, which are pretty cool. I mean, I would say it's a good set, along with Anakin's Pod Racer. X-Wing Starfighter, I remember people reviewing this, and it was like gray. It didn't look very good. X-Wing should be white. I don't really care if it's canon or not. Next up, we got the Naboo Starfighter. Just looking at it, it's so blocky. Still better than Brick Vaults, though. That's all I'm going to say. Next up, the TIE Fighter and Y-Wing. Man, I miss these, like, combined dual sets. I mean, think about it. For $50, you could get a Y-Wing and a TIE Fighter. You get $50, you get like a crappy little half TIE Fighter for $50 nowadays. Isn't that... Why doesn't LEGO do this anymore? Combine stuff. This may be very controversial, but the Sith Infiltrator is ass. I mean, look at that. It's completely studded. It looks terrible. It looks like something that a kid made because they saw the ship like pre Lego Star Wars being a thing. It does not look good. That looks terrible. Just terrible. And one minifigure too. Terrible. The Gungan sub is one of the cooler sets, I think. Obviously, the newer version's better, but I think they actually captured the angles on this thing better than a lot of the other sets in the wave. And, oh my gosh, isn't this the piece de resistance in this wave? The Mos Espa pod race. Again, you get 3 pod racers in one set. 3. Nowadays, you'd have to buy each individually for like $40 each. Ridiculous. You're never going to see that again. And that's the problem with Lego Star Wars waves nowadays. You just aren't going to be getting big bundled sets like this. And since they only have limited amount of sets they can make per wave, they're not going to have all 3 of these pod racers in one wave. They're probably just going to have Anakin's pod racer or Saboba's pod racer. You're not going to get, you know, a wide range of things that you would get in one of these multi-sets. I miss those days. That's all I'm going to say. I miss those days. They should go back and do a Mos Espa pod race remake. Pause. Editing this, I realized there is already a Mos Espa pod race remake. I understand that. Okay? Don't come at me. I meant like with all 3 of the pod racers. Okay, shut up. Because that is an iconic set. Probably the best set from the first wave. They should revisit it. I think 25-year anniversary of maybe Lego Star Wars. They should just remake this set. They definitely shouldn't remake the entire wave because this wave gets a 4.3 out of 10. Not the best wave. Not the best wave at all. So that's that. There's the rating. Let's jump over to the tier list. And here we are in the tier list. 1999 is going into D tier. Oh, round of applause, round of applause. Congratulations. Starting off with a bang. I mean, wow. I mean, the prospect of this series is immense. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do hit that like button so I know you liked the video. And if you're excited for the series, also hit the like button. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe. I'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate you all. Please do check out the channel memberships. I'm doing a bunch of brand new exclusive content for members. It's only $2 a month, or at least starting at $2 a month, and you get access to way more of my content. So please do consider that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all later. Bye.